What you say about this
Man,
Canelo fight coming up, man?
I mean,
That might
I
be a
don't
hit.
really know too much. You know, I don't really deep into boxing. That's really your thing.
That might
Uh,
be a hit.
I might say I feel like that it'll be a little bit of something, but I'm more focused on these what I would call a money grab exhibition, especially with this soon to be Floyd and Tyson fight that they're talking about in 2026. But for sure, Tank Davis and Logan Paul. I mean, I'm pretty sure you got a little bit more insight on it, but
They said Floyd
mm,
and Tyson not till 26.
yeah,
But that
Floyd and
makes
Tyson
sense.
not till
Maybe in
26.
September. Yeah, probably early 26. Yeah.
It's
You
a
say which
50-year
one?
old man fighting against a 60-year-old man. There ain't no reason that they should be fighting in the first
Nah, you
place.
gotta. Yeah, yeah. It's about the money. That's where we at now, man. The game got to it. It was early stages where real professional boxers started prioritizing the bag versus the bout, and now we in the byproduct of that. So now we got strictly financial decisions being made in the boxing ring, a la the Tank and Javante. I meant the Tank and Jake Paul and the Tyson and Floyd, along with probably all the Jake Paul fights. But I'm gonna be tuned in. I want to see how they. I want to see how it play out. I don't have no expectations for them, but I want to see how they play out.
Mm. Melo got into the Hall of Fame. That's something. Just to bring out some positivity and all this. I mean,
You
and
said that was negative.
yeah, it's like all this negative. I'm like, Melo made it to the Hall of Fame. That's something.
Man, Melo, the reason I'm a Nuggets fan. He started off him in the jerseys is the reason I'm a Nuggets fan. That was my favorite player at the time, and he's still one of my goats. But man, well respected. That was well deserved. It was only a matter of time. As soon as he was eligible, he was going to be Hall of Fame. We already knew that. That's not even counting what he did at Syracuse, which does count towards his Hall of Fame candidacy. But well, yeah, that was a matter of time.
Yeah.
It, we good? Let's get this thing going.
Uh, I ain't even get to mention, bro. Beats got the brakes beat off me in fantasy this week, especially in our fantasy
I was
league.
trying to save you, man. See, I was
No,
trying to skip over
no,
it.
I'll name drop it. I did. I got beat on. I mean, hey, shout
The
out
team
Team
of the
Solo
week,
Sixes. Team
the
Solo
team of the
Sixes,
week was
yeah,
going against you. That's a
yeah.
bad.
Team of the. Hey. Sad to say, you got the MVP on your team for a reason, and he definitely showed. Is it
38,
38 points?
yeah,
Eh,
38.76 to be exact.
That's crazy
And then
catapult to
Zay Flowers came in with 28 to
another.
add
I
to
would
it.
say yeah, another 28, almost 20. No, another almost 29.
But no
Like
shameless plug. I'm just gonna say he was number one in points, but I was a near number two behind him. So I'm a little, I'm on my high horse right now. I'm ready for week two.
yeah, I'm ready for week 2. I said we're gonna see who got it.
I
Let's
need that
go.
throne, Solo Six. I need that throne.
Welcome to Point Blank Period. Point Blank Period.
Point blank period.
Point blank period.
Point Blank Period. No pressure.
Can't have a baseball conversation without bringing up Otani.
He's a great pitcher and a power hitter. Yo, this man's top five.
I'm still taking today's NFL.
I'm going with the Niners.
None of them are better than Brady.
This is your argument.
No, what I'm saying is, who's MVP? Do they not matter no more?
Everything you said before that point is irrelevant.
Not how the NFL works, baby. We drafted your replacement already. So
Whoa. I don't gotta talk to no peons.
why not just come back and prove?
This time he's really going off. Fireworks.
Because we can't argue facts. What I told you when you got involved with this.
This
Grown
is
man business. Grown man business.
Podcast, the best sports podcast, point blank period. We're on episode 21, week 2. WEAK, week 2. So I'm going to start with you, Mr. Amari. What was the most impactful player this week, i.e., our player of the week? Is on you, Mr. Amari.
I got our most impactful player being the MVP, as I just spoke on from the previous season, Josh Allen. His play versus the Baltimore Ravens, he single-handedly, along with some of his counterparts in James Cook and Keon Coleman, brought them back into victory for the in the late game comeback. At one point, being down, I believe 40-19, and catapulting the comeback to win 41-40. My player of the week pick, who was Justin Herbert, also had a pretty stellar game, posting 318 yards and 3 touchdowns, and launching and uh, rallying the Chargers in a win over the Chiefs. I think the Chargers have a real good chance at taking the Chiefs off the throne of the AFC West. But I still got the Chiefs picking. I still got the Chiefs winning just because you never count out Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes. But shout out Justin Herbert and the Chargers. Shout out Josh Allen and the Bills. KD, what you got?
Yeah, man. I'm right there with you. I don't think you can go any other route with it. Josh Allen stole that away. I had Aaron Rodgers leading up into that Sunday night game with his performance with the 4 touchdowns he put up in a win. But Josh Allen came and put the cape on, and he was Superman, being throwing for 394, rushing for 2 rushing touchdowns, as well as passing for 2 touchdowns, and putting up 251 yards in the fourth quarter alone, which is crazy. We got a number of quarterbacks that didn't even get to 251 throughout 4 quarters, and he did that in 1 quarter. So tremendous performance by him. Kudos to him. We can't really put that award nowhere else. But as far as my prediction, Joe Burrow, sad to say he didn't meet the expectations that I put upon him. But that was the Browns defense matching up well with us and holding firm in one-on-one matchups. There's not too many teams that can go man with us and not pay for it at the end. So that's a shout out to the Browns defense, but I was wrong with my Joe Burrow prediction. Josh Allen was the one to walk away from that week, probably with the best performance.
So I would say this. My second question, I'm gonna start Mr. Amari. Herbert. I had him, Allen, and Rodgers as my 3 quote unquote player of the week, starting with Allen. Maybe that's my bias because I'm a Buffalo Bills fan. So I'm willing to argue the point of Herbert and Rodgers being player of the week. What do you think about that, Mr. Amari?
I mean, I'm never going to be opposed to a Bengals fan saying that Aaron Rodgers was going to be player of the week. But I mean, I feel like Justin Herbert is in great consideration, but like you said, putting up 251 yards in 1 quarter versus when a lot of quarterbacks didn't even do that. I'm pretty sure Aaron Rodgers capped out at 251. I don't believe he didn't hit 300. So it's
244.
244. So Josh Allen put up Aaron Rodgers 4-game quarter stats, a full game stat line for Aaron Rodgers in 1 quarter. So that kind of neutralizes Aaron Rodgers being in consideration of that. And then he still ended the game with more total yards than Justin Herbert and more touchdowns. Josh Allen, clear vote.
He stole that award away. And our consistent listeners know how I feel about Aaron Rodgers. So I reluctantly had to give him that spot until Josh Allen came and took it away from him.
They should know how you feel about giving the Steelers anything at this point. He ain't giving us nothing but a 9-8 record.
Especially with the outfit on. So, with that being said, yeah, with the outfit, yes, sir, yeah, that says everything. So, with the next topic, what is the 2 weakest things you've seen this week? That could be player, that could be a play, or that could be a coach. It's on you, Mr. KD.
Man, the sore thumb that stuck out from week 1 for me was sad to say it was Tua's performance, man. They lost 33-8. Of course, him being on the 8-point side, only putting up 114 yards passing, along with 2 interceptions and a fumble, so 3 turnovers total in the game. Really kind of hampering his offense from even getting into a rhythm because those turnovers came early. So Tua's performance was abysmal to me. It was a disappointing thing. And it puts the magnifying glass on him going into week 2 to see if he can bounce back or if he has another down in the slump performance, questions are going to arise. Along with he has a frustrated receiver that's on the brink, but that's for later. But Tua's performance was something that stuck out to me in the wrong way, in the negative way. And if I was to pinpoint a play, it would probably be Derrick Henry's fumble, which was detrimental to the result of the game. Statistically, he had a crazy game: 18 carries, 169 yards, 2 touchdowns, and he had some big rushes while he was getting that 169 yards. But that fumble kind of changed the momentum, and they weren't really able to bounce back on the offense from that, and it ultimately led to them losing. So those two stood out to me, but Tua's performance was definitely the one that hung over everything. Mark, where we at?
This is a bit more personal, but I'm gonna target Pittsburgh and I'm gonna target our defensive coordinator and our rank defensive run game coordinator, Tyrell Austin. There was no true force brought to this game, no true tenacity brought to this game at all. Um, Patrick Patrick Queen played slow. Everybody played sluggish because most of them didn't play in the preseason, and it could be just rust. But to choose to sit out in the preseason and then come into the first game and play rusty or rugged, and we haven't allowed a 100-yard rusher in 2 seasons, and Brees Hall opens up the season 100 yards down your throat in the first half. So I don't. They need to step it up. Week 2, you have even bigger problems with Seattle being more of a run first team. So with their two-headed monster in the backfield and Zach Charbonnet and Kenneth Walker, so this needs to tighten up, especially with like I said, with Zach Charbonnet and Kenneth Walker coming up, and even more with you got to run with the future. You got Derrick Henry eventually, so things need to turn around.
Baby steps, young grasshopper. Baby steps. You just need to hope Aaron Rodgers continues to put up points.
And Mr. Mari, that was one thing. What else do you have a problem with that happened in week 2 in particular?
I mean, I agree with KD on Derrick Henry's fumble. I feel like that was the biggest turnaround play in any of these games this weekend.
So I'm gonna go with you, Mr. KD. With me, I got Joe Burrow. Like I said, I believe he was the worst winning quarterback this week. No shots. Jalen Carter and CeeDee Lamb, especially Jalen Carter, was spitting on somebody and getting disqualified. And also, it came out that they said he will be suspended. But since he haven't played, now they're going to take that as a suspension. What do you think about that, Mr. KD?
Well, that specific, I did kind of forget about that moment since it was the first game of the season and it happened on that Thursday. But that definitely has to go into the category. Just the incident of him spitting on Dak, it's not respectable. It's not approved. It's not encouraged. It's so many words to describe it. It's just not acceptable and blatantly. But that was probably worse than Tua's performance, to be honest, because it was just despicable. But as far as what the league came out and did, I've never heard of that, or I've never seen that happen in that way. I don't know. I don't really have a true opinion on it because I'm still not in full understanding of how can the game and when the incident happened count towards a suspension. I don't know, but it was an out of body incident. It's not common. I know he regrets it. He's come out and apologized, but yeah, it was a sad point on week 1.
I mean, I would regret it too if I was going into week 2 playing for free.
Oh, so he lost his next check.
Yeah, he forfeited a game check, and you
But
didn't play week 1, so you can't forfeit that check.
He technically did, because when the game started, he was active. That's why I think they're counting that week 1 game.
No, I believe they're using that as his suspension, and they're allowing him to play week 2. but
Right.
you're virtually going into week 2 playing for free.
You talking about because of his fines, or literally he's got a game without
Not
pay?
his fines.
Oh, okay. I ain't looking to the fine amount yet.
All right. So we're gonna go to the next topic, and then I'm gonna start with you, Mr. Amari. Our rookie performances and your rookie of the year, who you had as your rookie of the year, and how did they perform this week? Is on you, Mr. Amari.
So my rookie of the year is one that I highlighted. Emeka Ibuka having 4 catches, 67 yards, and 2 touchdowns, and one of his touchdowns being a post route that he called for his own, and it being the game winner in the deciding factor in Tampa Bay's game this Sunday. Uh, another tight end, another tight end and rookie performance that I wanted to point out was Tyler Warren having 7 catches for 76 yards. Although not getting in the end zone, he did carry the ball once or twice for 14 yards. And in their win over Miami, he seems to be a big factor, or is poised to be a big factor in the Colts receiving game. And this seems to be a lot of things that'll go forward towards his future.
Yeah, that was actually the rookie record. Him, Harold Fanner Jr. and Tyler Warren set the rookie record for week 1 receptions for a tight end in his rookie year. So yeah, that was definitely a shout out to them. They're on my list as well. As you talk about, I think the most uh, astounding rookie performance from week 1 has to be Emeka Ibuka, with the magnitude of that play he made to close the game out. But some other names I got up here is Abdul Carter. He got his first career sack. Ashton Genty got his first career touchdown. Jahad Campbell was very impressive. Now the stats. What we got? Oh, the stats might not be tremendous or eye-popping, but what he was able to do out there was very impressive to see his range, and that he really don't have a weak spot in his game as far as what he's able to do: cover, rush, defend the run, get in the backfield, and be disruptive. But I have to end this topic giving praise to the orange and black. Shamar Stewart, our rookie first round, was very disruptive in the game. He had some tip passes, and he got in the backfield. His pass rush win rate was high. I was very, very happy and complacent and content with what he was able to do in week 1 as far as show how he can disrupt a game on defense. So it's only up from here. I'm done.
All right. So, we'll get to the next topic, which is basically we're gonna go back to college. Hype U. This is about Arch Manning and the Texas University of Texas in particular. The question is, how they lived up to their #1 billing, and also have Arch Manning lived up to his Heisman Trophy billing. Is on you, Mr. KD.
Arch Manning had a good week 2 performance. It was a bounce back from when he played Ohio State. We went 19 for 30, 294, 5 yards, 4 touchdowns with 1 interception, dampering them. But bringing his team to a 1-1 record, 500 is not the ideal situation, but it could be worse. But the only thing that works against him is it was lesser competition. That's really what's working against him. But even when you're playing lesser competition, because you're not in control of who you play, you have to do what's expected of you. And he did that. He bounced back. He put up a statistical performance that warrants recognition. And he got UTEP coming up next. I expect another performance like that. And maybe he can swing this Heisman situation in his favor again. But Arch Manning did what he was supposed to do, and we have to give credit for that. As far as Texas, I think that we got a number of teams with higher expectations and a little more notoriety for this season. Ohio State being one of them, actually, among some others. But Arch Manning did what he was supposed to do. We're looking forward to seeing what he can do against UTEP, and then even more so when he plays some of those higher competition teams that he has on the schedule. Mar, what we got?
No, I agree with you. He definitely had a dominant week 2, and I feel like that was to show really to iron out the rust that was left over from week 1. So going into week 3 against UTEP, I expect no other than him to dominate, especially with the firepower that he does have around him at the University of Texas. But the Heisman candidacy, it as much as it is in favor of Arch, these meaningless games against lesser competition are only gonna hurt everything because they will weigh out the competition amongst the stats as well. So hopefully he continues his dominant performance as well when he continues to play the bigger competition later on in the season. But as far as the target being on Texas's back, I don't think so. I think the defending champs have the biggest target being Ohio State. I feel like they are the team to beat still, regardless of Texas being the most media hyped. I feel like Ohio State is still in the team to beat until the championship comes around if they're not in it.
I'm with you. But even with what you said, when I play these lesser teams, I have to smoke them. Like as far as the Heisman candidacy, when I play these lesser teams, I have to be able to stack my stats as far as 4 touchdowns plus. You got basically that's the basement. I need 4+ when you playing these teams.
He has to, like you said, he has to go 4+, but you have to blow these teams out. You have to pretty much go out there and be perfect. And the one thing that he did against San Jose State that he can't continuously do against lesser competition, being the upper echelon quarterback, a collegiate quarterback that everyone's expecting him to be, you can't throw interceptions in these games.
Right.
Like even that one turnover means so much to the eyes of every critic that's looking at you because you played lesser competition and you still made such a mistake.
You see what happened with Ohio State? They played Grambling this past week, and that's lesser competition, and they beat them 70s out.
They said they were putting up 70, and they still put up 70.
Where we at, RT?
All right, so this is what I want to ask Mr. Murray. A, shout out to Grambling. Secondly, when you see
Grambling, what did you hear that? Never mind.
HBCU, we're gonna get to that on the next topic. My only question is, and I'm gonna go to you, and you can answer this also, Mr. KD. When you see Arch Manning, do you see an NFL prototypical quarterback?
Who first? Me? Yeah, I do.
Well, you can start first, Mr. KD, then Mr. Murray.
Yeah, I do. Now, I don't see what they're going to, or the media is going to want to tie him to. They're going to want to tie him to Eli. They're going to want to tie him to Peyton, who is most likely 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks. I don't see that, without the maturity and the progression. But I do see an NFL quarterback that can be productive in the league. His poise is a very good asset. He takes his time in the pocket. The moment doesn't look too big for him in a lot of situations. And you can see he plays the game above his shoulders. And he has a little athletic wiggle to him as well. So I do see him as a next level quarterback, but I do think the hype has to mellow down a little bit from where it is right now.
I think Arch, like you said, they're gonna try to tie him to Eli or Peyton, and even more so, you still can kind of do it. I see similarities of Eli's game in Arch's game, but I feel like being that he hasn't played much collegiate ball, you still have to give him some more time to develop to truly try to come up with a comparison before you try to lump him in that mode of being just like his uncles.
So I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna ask Mr. Amari, then I'm gonna start Mr. KD. The question is, there's a gap between Eli, and Peyton. So if you come in, you can be Peyton or you can be Eli. Which one do you think he's closer to, Eli or Peyton? It's on you, Mr. Amari.
It makes no difference. He's not there yet.
Yeah, that I'm right there with him. That's why I said the hype has to mellow down because I don't see it. That's a high projection for him at this point. So we have to rate him for who he is. Let's rate him for Arch Manning. Let's not try to put him as an Eli or where he stands up to Eli, where he stands up to Peyton. Let's rate him as Arch Manning and go from there.
All right. So I understand that. So we're gonna get to the HBCU right now. Like I said, shout out to Grambling. They did their thing. They tried their best.
Did they?
We're going
Dang,
against
you
Ohio
gotta
State.
change your words, man.
I said congratulations. What you
70's
want me to
up.
say? You said what?
70-0.
Yeah, that was on the field with them. Yeah. All right. Shout out to Grambling. That's better.
Perfect.
All right. Okay. All right. With that being said, I'm gonna go to Amari. We back to HBCU. Vic and DJ. For the first 2 weeks, how do they look to y'all in particular as coaches, the teams, etc.? So both of them as fresh coaches, 1-1 is on you, Mr. Amari.
I think since I was present and we were all present at week one, Norfolk State versus Townsend game, they were very much in that game, even in the later end of the game. But minor mistakes, senseless penalties, and just
Yes.
I would call it overall immaturity of the players in a lot of places caused them to either be forced out of field goal range and forced into bad positioning. Like I said, senseless penalties, holding penalties, getting touchdowns called back, kind of led them to being out of the game and eventually making the game stretch and get further away than it needed to be. Um, Week two, they had a scrappy win with their hometown rival Virginia State, which they did end up coming out with the win, 34 to 31 in the overtime. So it was a great game for them. Uh, like I said, the week one loss showed that one Vic poured into them some lessons of adversity, which led to them to be able to force their way into coming out with this win against Virginia State. As far as Delaware State beating the defending champs in the University of Albany, that is a big win in its own, especially bouncing back from their week one loss. The University of Albany has produced plenty of talents. One who is a byproduct of the University of Albany, actually, in Jared Verse. So they've
Rookie of the
produced
year.
a few. They're I say yeah, defensive rookie of the year. Jared Verse is a byproduct of the University of Albany. So they are able to produce talent. The University of Albany is no slouch, and for Delaware State and Deshaun Jackson to walk his team in there, bouncing back off of a loss, he showed a lot of adversity and a lot of great coaching. So he's only up for those programs. Shout out to those two coaches, and look forward to seeing them at Lincoln Financial. KD.
Yeah. Point out to you that Lincoln Financial game is going to be all hands on deck. But I'm gonna touch on D Jackson, segue right off where you left off. I just caught up with him recently when we had this topic, and I looked into the past two games he's had so far. His team gives up a lot of plays, which is warranted and expected for the roster that he walked into. But they're uber aggressive, and these guys continue to play through 4 quarters, and you can see the confidence that he instills in them, and that is a building brick that can take you far. As you continue to grow with these guys in his roster. But to dive into a situation like he said, we're more comfortable with and more knowledgeable of. Vic with Norfolk State right now, they have really fallen victim to penalties in these last 2 games. They've been highly penalized. It's actually restricted a lot of things. Like you said, we was there that first game. We saw a huge kick return called back. We saw an actual touchdown called back taken off the board, among other penalties that just set them behind the sticks. So if we can get those penalties out the way, and I think if we can get that backup quarterback, we as in Norfolk State, I'm saying, if we can get the backup quarterback into a starting position, we might not be fighting out of these holes so much in these later ends of the game, and we might have a better projection of winning. So, but kudos, they're both 1-1. Vic is and Djax has right now, and not ideal, but it's a good ground to stand on as far as going into week 3 and see what they can make out of their first seasons as head coaches.
Yes, sir. And with that being said, I'm gonna ask you, Mr. KD. We're gonna be at the game, Delaware State and Norfolk State. We're gonna be there in Philly.
Right.
When you see those two people play, who you getting the ads to right now? That's the first part of the question.
Hometown.
And I want Mr. Amari to speak to the second part of the question and the first part of the question. Second part of the question is, do you think, I think his name is Coon, do you think that should be the starting quarterback from here on out?
Well, it's probably one of the easiest questions you will ever ask me on this podcast. I'm going hometown, Vic, Norfolk State. Amari, he got a question for you.
Well, I'm gonna stick with what you said first. I'm bringing it back to the crib, bringing it to Norfolk State, taking the win. But the Norfolk State offense, at least to speak on the game, week 1 game that we were in attendance for, Otto Kuhn shows a lot of firepower when he is under center. He actually has command of this offense. I get that Vic has some ties to the starting quarterback as of right now, and I believe number 7, but the overall productivity of your offense comes when number 4 is under center. When Otto Coons is on field, they're a whole new team.
Look like a whole different team. Like,
yes,
through 2 weeks.
They look like a whole new team when he's under center. His command of their offense and
you can tell he's a
just
senior.
being able to actually move forward and put points up on the board with what he's given, regardless of struggling O-line or run game not being able to produce, he will be able to make plays. So I think that's a true testament to him being the football player that he is, or just the raw athleticism that he does have. But I think him being the starting quarterback will come eventually, if not already.
Man, me and IT was actually sitting beside each other for a lot of plays once he got in the game, and we just gave each other a look to say, like, I hope we're saying his name right, Otto Kuhn. But some of these passes he made, some of this elusiveness he showed to get out of the pocket when it was kind of getting disrupted, you can't look, just speaking of that first game, in the second game as well, because I watched that, he didn't have that many bad plays where you looked and saw and looked back and said, okay, we need to highlight that and work on that. He got out of the pocket when he needed to.
That's Mr. KD. That's why I was surprised that you didn't answer the second part of the question. The second part
I thought it was for Amari, because I spoke on it when I made my first
take. For both of y'all in particular. So, do you think he should be the starter going forward?
We looked at each other and we, I don't want to say it like that, but we thought he'd be the starter walking into week 2, because he got in the game and changed the game. That, like, it's when you can give a team hope, that's a big thing in a lot of situations. And he did it again in week 2. So back-to-back weeks, the starter has been benched. The second guy has came in and altered the game tremendously instantly. Man, Otto Coons look like a good quarterback. And I'm not even just holding him to the standards of the division they're in. I'm holding him to the standard of a quarterback, a prototypical quarterback. Now, if we go into the competition he played and dive into that, then okay, we can have a different debate. But for what I've seen from him through 2 games, he's a starting quarterback.
I truly think that the main reason that Vic is going forward with
Yeah,
number 7 is, of course, his ties to recruiting him in, but
right.
he's a freshman, so you're trying to give him these reps early. So you're trying to let him see his failures, what he's good at, what he's bad at least early. I mean, at some point, you do want to salvage your season, and you will make that switch. But I think as of right now, at least being like it was the first 2 games, you let him see. It's like, all right, granted, you do fail, you might fall on the depth chart. I believe Otto Coons is a senior or a junior,
Right. He's a
so
senior.
yeah, he's a senior. So he's an
It
older
looks
guy.
like it, don't it? It looks
Yeah, I
like
would
it.
say he looks like a vet. So I mean, him being the vet, I mean, he takes those reps. He leads out. He goes out on his final season with a bang, and then you still have this sophomore sensation to step in with now a full year under Michael Vick's coaching. So this
I'm an Otto Kuhn
could be
fan.
a good time for this switch.
I'm an Otto Kuhn fan, not just for what he's done or can do with Norfolk State this season, but I'm locked in to see what his next step is. Yeah, I'm an Otto Kuhn fan. I like what he's shown when we were live there watching the game.
Potential CFL signee, I'll
Hey,
call it.
I'm a fan. I'm a fan.
And I'm right there with you, Mr. Amari. I can see that. I can see that. And this to Mr. KD point. He's not a good quote unquote HBCU quarterback. He's a good quarterback. And the Canadian
From
Football
what we've
League,
seen, we can't.
from what
I
we've
haven't
seen,
dove into his last 3 years.
right, from what we've seen, exactly. From what we've seen, he looked like he good enough for the CFL or the XFL, somewhere around there, and he maybe work his way up. Little undersized, but everything else, pocket present, poise, delivery, timing, arm strength, uh, the ability to understand what's going on with him, and dealing with a bad old line. And I don't think a lot of people get credit for that. When you're dealing with a bad old line, when you get to the next step, it's a lot easier for you to
Right,
transition.
right. Great point.
Yes, sir.
Great
Yes,
point.
sir. Yes, sir. Speaking of the next step, we're gonna get back to the NFL. This right here is y'all last week picks. So I'm gonna go through it a little bit and try to see what the performance was at and how did y'all fare. So for you, Mr. KD, you had the Ravens, Bengals, Packers, Chargers, and Cowboys for your winners. For you, Mr. Amari, you had the Steelers, Lions, and Chargers. With that being said, Mr. Amari is 2 out of 3, 66%. Mr. KD, you are 3 out of 5, 60%. It's on you, Mr. KD. How you feel about your picks?
Yeah, I was right about from what I wrote down. I was right about the Bengals, Packers, Steelers, and Chargers, and I was wrong about the Ravens and Cowboys. But even the 2 teams I was wrong about, they were in the game late, and it was just certain plays that weren't made that ended up swinging that game. So I don't hang my head on those 2 predictions. It's not like I predicted them to win and they came out and got smoked. So I'm fine with my week 1, and I'm
You right,
enthusiastic
sir.
about
How
my
you
week
pick
2.
money up?
Huh?
I say you're right, sir. It's not like you put money up.
No, I put money on the Cowboys. I did. I put money on the Cowboys. Yeah. And you ain't have to bring money into it. Yeah, I put money on the Cowboys.
He got you with that one.
Yeah. Now, if I didn't go so hard in our past episode, I would be able to tuck my tail and hide that information. But yeah, I put money on Dallas.
Yeah, you
I
was
might
the
need to.
betting man. You
Might
was the
need to go
betting
see.
man on that one.
I might need to go talk to CD. I might need to see what he can do.
Yeah, you might need to go see how many catches he caught off the jug machine after the game.
And I told you, he was the worst performance of the week for me. So I agree with you, Mr. KD.
I wouldn't call him the worst. I wouldn't go that far. Tua was horrible. Man, I'm not going back to that. You're gonna make me. Go ahead, Amar. What you got? What you got, bro?
Oh no, I was just gonna say. I mean, as you know, everybody should know. All of our viewers should know. YouTube, Podbean, anybody that's been listening so far should know that I was gonna just go ahead and pick Pittsburgh to win because you got to stay with the Steeler faithful. I picked the
You don't
Ravens to
have to.
win. Yes,
You
you
don't have
do. You
to.
always got to. I don't. Hey, I don't. Black and gold look a lot better than black and orange, but I picked the Ravens to win. The Ravens lost. Even when I lose, I
I
win.
win.
That is, you gotta love it. You gotta love it. Um, the Chargers taking off the Chiefs. I mean, that's a good thing too. We gotta love Patrick Mahomes losing, but it's not when it matters. You need to take Patrick Mahomes out in the playoffs when it matters for everybody to be happy. But I'm glad that I picked the Chargers to win, and the Chargers won. Justin Herbert was my player of the week. He was the player that I chose to win player of the week, and he did excel. So I'm pleased with my picks, even the
Hey,
loss for the Ravens.
quick question. It ain't even a question, but quick thing, because you said this earlier and I let it slide, but you kind of touched on it again, so I want to know. You think the Chargers are the biggest threat to take the West from the Chiefs?
If the Broncos get what they got right, they
No,
got a
no,
chance. But
don't
I
jump with
told
my
you,
team. Don't jump with my team. No.
I'm still taking the Chiefs. But if the Chiefs don't get it together, I got the Chargers over the Broncos.
Oh nah. Nah.
I'm sorry. I just feel like the Broncos somehow, some way, Lord forbid, I just feel like this injury plague is going to happen to them.
Well, yeah, I don't ever account for injuries when I make predictions, but Bo
I
Nick,
mean, I'm not accounting for it, but I think Bo Nix has the biggest sophomore slump.
damn, the biggest man. Pardon my French, but
Not the biggest like of all time, but like the biggest within his draft class.
that's what I was going to touch on because he didn't look that good week one. But I'm not jumping off the ship that early. I still
Hey,
think the
hey, hey!
Broncos.
At least we both on track, and you starting to see it, but you can't back out just yet.
I don't want to back out. I'm firm. Like I like
Hey,
Bo
as
Nick.
long
I
if
like
that
Sean
defense carry
Payton.
Bo
I
Nix,
like that defense. I like their weapons. I like
if
that
that defense
situation.
can carry Bo Nix, he can be Jack Delone. He can be Jake Delone.
That's disrespectful. I tell you, we gotta go to the next topic. That's disrespectful, man. You don't put that Jake Del Home on somebody in their second year. That's disrespectful.
If they get to the bowl, he can.
All right. So we're gonna get to the next topic, and it's gonna be on you, Mr. Amari, and you can say whatever you want to say because it's all on you. This is your 4 week breakdown. It's all on you, Mr. Amari.
Can I put one out there first, and then you can go, and I can come after that. Pause.
Dude,
Kevin O'Connell. That's the name that I want to put out as far as the biggest stand alone performance out of this week because he's had multiple quarterbacks. If we count Sam Darnold, Kirk Cousins, even if we count Josh Dobbs for the little period he had him, Kevin O'Connell has come to prove that his offensive mind, he can succeed or at least has the opportunity to succeed with any quarterback that he can put in that position. And that's a shout out to him, man. Kevin O'Connell needs some credit and some respect when we talk about offensive minds.
And hold on 1 second. I just want to say this. I want to make sure that we got this get me out of here meter that we starting this week. And I think we're gonna start with Tyreek Hill. So when Mr. Amari speak, I want him to speak to that also. The get me out of here meter. Is it time for Tyreek Hill to get out also? And your full 1 week recap.
That was egregious, man. I had to say pause. That was egregious. Oh my gosh.
nah. Out of full week one, I think the biggest performances, of course, the one that Sunday night game, spectacular. Both sides, there's not a lick of defense truthfully being played at one point, but the overall play from both quarterbacks was amazing. Uh, Kevin O'Connell, as you pointed out, Case Keenum, Kirk Cousins, Sam Darnold, and now JJ McCarthy. He is put no matter what quarterback has been under center, he's been able to produce, get consistent wins. Even last year, putting up 14 wins with Sam Darnold. It's it's a testament to him. JJ McCarthy and his performance, putting up 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. cementing himself with only Jordan Love, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Dak Prescott, and Jaden Daniels to be the only players in their debut games to, well, not their debut games, but to only put up 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. So I feel like that's elite company to be amongst. Two former offensive rookie of the years and 2 MVPs. So uh, I feel like that's great company. KD, you got any other performances?
I'm right there with you with the Bills Ravens. I did not expect that to be that high scoring. They put up 80, what was it, 81 or 82 points? It's over 80. I didn't expect that. Packers defense, got to give a shout out to them. Michael Parsons stood up, but they were able to hold that Detroit Lions running back committee to 40-something yards, I believe. It was under 50 combined. We're talking about Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery not scoring or eclipsing 50 rushing yards. So shout out to them. It's hurting me to say this again. A-Rod's performance, we have to shout out. And even while we do that,
And
Justin Fields,
can I hear it for the people in the back? Say it one more time, KD. Say it one more time. Who are you praising?
Justin Fields. Justin Fields had a good performance as well. Justin Fields had a good performance as well. And then I close out with Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones needed to get out of New York. That's what it's looking like. I had to get up out of
Blame
New
the
York.
Giants. When in doubt, blame the Giants.
Hey, if you can get me out of New York, I can show you I can play quarterback. That's what Daniel Jones said. But 22 for 29.
Mr. KD, that's all I'm about to ask you. You know, everybody that lead the Giants somehow they do better.
I'm not thinking.
Saquon Barkley, Daniel Jones. I mean, I'm just
Okay.
saying, what is it going on with the New York Giants? Is it them leaving a bad team, or are they just good players on a bad team? It's on you, and then Mr. Murray can say what he got to say also.
I'll let Amari tee off on that. But 2 points. One, I'm from New York. I will not slander and disrespect the Giants. And two, my partner LB will not let me, and he wouldn't like it right now. He talks bad about the Giants enough being a Giants fan that I don't have to add on to it. So I'm just going to highlight Daniel Jones' performance and stay away from the Giants narrative. 22 for 29, 272 yards, one passing touchdown, two rushing touchdowns, excuse me. So 3 touchdowns total.
Hold
Great
on,
performance.
Mr. KD, let me ask you one question. You say you're from New York, right?
Brooklyn.
Where do the New York Giants play at?
MetLife.
Where's MetLife?
A stadium.
In what city? Matter of fact, what state do the Giants and the Jets play in? Just to kill the bull jive.
What you got, Amari? What you think about the Giants?
I mean, like I said, you got to blame the Giants when it comes to Daniel Jones' success because, I mean, he had a short stint in Minnesota, which I mean that kind of worked out for him. Although he was mainly just a practice squad quarterback, but Indianapolis took their chance on him, and he beat out Anthony Richardson, who they chose to be their franchise guy, 4th overall.
I think
And
on this panel, we was all in agreement that he was going to beat Anthony Richardson out.
I mean, yeah, but he was sought to be the Giants franchise guy until it was no more. They knew that Daniel Jones was going to be gone, and he was no longer going to be their cause, in which they eventually ended up cutting him and leaving the rest of that season in the hands of Tommy DeVito. So they gave up on him. Minnesota picked him up. Shout out to Kevin O'Connell again. He might have taught that man some things, and then that led to him being Indianapolis starting quarterback. So shout out to Kevin O'Connell for a second time, or a third time at this point. Shout out to Daniel Jones. Blame the Giants.
But we didn't touch on what IT threw at you with the Tyreek Hill situation.
Oh yeah. We didn't even don't even get me started with Tyreek Hill. I feel like I've been preaching a lot of trade bait everywhere, but anytime I say it, KD don't believe me until it happens. So you want to believe me now before I say it?
What they say? What they say in baseball?
I told you Jalen Ramsey. You didn't want to believe me with that one. So
Right.
you want to believe me now before I say it?
Nope. No, hold on.
Well,
You saying him leaving or where he going?
Him leaving.
Oh no, I'm with you. It's like when they say a home run, going, gone. Like it's just a matter of time.
He's definitely out of there. But this is gonna sound crazy. But then again, this is probably the most predictable. He goes back to Kansas City.
I thought of that. I did think of that, but I came up with a better one. And if you want to win that GM award of the year that they sometimes praise, it's one team that can go get Tyreek Hill and alter their team offensively. Green Bay. Green Bay.
The Panthers.
If Green Bay can get Micah Parsons in a trade, and in the same season go get Tyreek Hill to help Jordan Love out in this trade, being that they're in the NFC, of course, that actually aids everything.
That would aid them too.
It aids everything.
Yeah.
You can possibly change the dynamic of the NFC with that move.
Yeah, because at that point, like you said, I ain't gonna lie. That point,
I don't know what you got to give up because the cupboard is there.
I mean, I think with his wanting to be out and with everything that has happened or came to light, I feel like the price is very low. He's not going for 2 first-round picks like he did previously when he got in his trade to Miami, but I think the asking price will be low. It might be like a third, maybe a second, if anything.
Man,
at the highest, I would say. But I could even go as low as a fifth. But
oh no, we can't do that. We can't do that.
Hey, his production has taken numerous dips.
We can't do
his cap hit.
The cap hit is crazy, but
the
cap hit is crazy. The personal stuff he got off the field right now don't help either. But
is a lot more added drama to the team. And Green Bay has never really, outside of the quarterback position with Aaron Rodgers, they've never been one to have that much light on their team or that much negativity surrounding their team.
We can't go fifth. That's disrespectful. We can't go.
Hey, it's how bad do you want out of Miami? And how bad does Miami want to get rid of you? Because at the end of the day, whether it be Tyreek or Tua, somebody has to go.
But my thing is, if our relationship is scoring right now,
Mike McDaniel.
If our relationship is scoring right now, I ain't in a position where I have to put you in a favorable spot. So if Green Bay is offering me a 5th round pick, I promise you the Panthers might be offering a 3rd. So I'll send you to Carolina and
the whole time. I mean, the Panthers would definitely be.
I was just trying to think of the worst team.
Nah, that would definitely. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, it's either Cleveland or Carolina.
I even think Cleveland has space between them and Carolina. I think Carolina is the hands down.
Yeah, 2 games.
Worst place to be.
They in the same. They practically in the same draft position every year. Top 5. Top 5.
Tennessee creeping up too.
Well, for anybody that listens to the podcast and the people that currently listen to the podcast, y'all already know 2 places you don't want to be, Charlotte and DC. So you send them there, career over.
If I'm Tyreek Hill, I would rather go to
lit
DC.
right now.
I'll be with Jaden Daniels.
For football, Washington lit right now.
No. I know Washington is lit right now, and there's
football.
No, there's an exception to every rule. They good. We got 2 summers. I'll let maybe summer 3, maybe 4.
Nah, they got their quarterback.
Jaden Daniels might be asking out after 5 years. You seen what happened to Scary Terry. I'm just saying, don't nobody want to be there. Nobody.
No,
because they run an organization in a way that is productive to win. That's the bigger point. They don't run organizations productive to win consistently. When the last time the Redskins,
he's gone.
Time the Redskins or the Commanders was in the Super Bowl.
The Redskins haven't won the Super Bowl since what? Ugh.
91, 92.
91?
Our
I say,
first
yeah.
year with a quarterback without our old owner, we went to the conference championship. I feel like we're okay.
Listen, Mr. KD, I get what you're saying. They got to change the sentiment around
They
people in
did.
society. They got to change that. I'm saying right now, I don't want to be in Washington or I don't want to be in Charlotte.
So
Now,
you don't believe in magic?
you said what, sir?
You don't believe in magic?
Magic who?
Magic Johnson.
Do I believe in him? Yes, he's a great point guard. Some people say the best. I say number 2. I believe him in that way, but it's not about magic, and that's my point. He got to change the sentiment around DC. Period.
I think they're
But
doing it. I think
no,
they're doing it.
they're doing it right now. But what I'm saying is, and I really said that to say Tyreek Hill, which with the Panthers. If they send Tyreek Hill to the Panthers, his career
Oh, he's
would
done. He's done.
career die. It's over with. Even Adam Thielen had to get up out of there. You know that's bad. He said I can run these 8-yard routes, but not for this team. But with that being said, I'm gonna come to you, Mr. KD. All right. So as we get to the next topic, we're gonna talk about this, and this is our versus segment, our female GOAT. Me, I got Maya Moore. So it's on you, Mr. KD, first. So it's Maya Moore versus everybody. Who do you get as a female GOAT in basketball outside of Maya Moore? It's on you, Mr. KD.
First off, let me tip my hat to you. Maya Moore is a very, very qualified and very approved stance to stand on with what she was able to do in the short time she had, or the shortened time of her career. So Maya Moore is a great candidate, but I'm going with the heir apparent to my basketball GOAT, which is Kobe Bryant, and most people would look at her as the female Kobe Bryant, Diana Taurasi. We have to go with her, a 20-year career. And even though my notes put it as if I'm going Diana Taurasi versus Maya Moore, I had to put that out there first. Maya Moore is a great candidate. I'm not shunning her. She was a revolutionary player while she played. But Diana Taurasi is the GOAT. 20 years season. She's an MVP award winner, 11-time All-Star, 3-time WNBA champ, 5-time scoring champ, Rookie of the Year, 14-time All-WNBA, 2-time Finals MVP. It's nothing. All-time leading scorer, leader in 3 points made. Like, she's covered the board. And Maya Moore's accomplishments are not nothing to shun either. But
right there. Let me just speak real quick. 4-time champion WNBA, WNBA Finals MVP, WNBA MVP, 6-time All-Star, 3-time All-Star MVP, 5-time first team, 2-time second team, 2-time All Defense. She led the league in steal. She was a scorer leader in 2014. Oh, and she just happened to be the female athlete of the year in 2014. Not only that, she went overseas to China and she won 3 championships over there. They retired a number in Minnesota. She was a Rookie of the Year. She was an all-rookie team. She on a 20th anniversary team for the WNBA, 25th anniversary team for the WNBA. Not only that, she was 2-time Naismith College Player of the Year. I'm trying to say how many championships she won in college. I think it's 3, or maybe 2. I think she won 2 championships in college. So I'm just saying, all the things
you really want to go there? I didn't even say my Olympic accolades or my college accolades for Diana Taurasi. Do we really want to go there?
You can, but they pale, and then not only that, and I'm gonna say this last thing, then I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna go on mute. And she helped me get a black man off of out of prison. Like I don't know what else to tell you. I don't know what else to tell you.
That ain't got nothing to do with her WNBA career. That's what we was going off of. But like I said, man, I didn't even dive into the College of UConn or the Olympic accolades, which she's probably the GOAT of that as well. But Diana Taurasi is the end-all, be-all for me. Maya Moore is a great candidate, along with some other honorable mentions that I'll state after Amari touches on what he want to say, but Diana Taurasi is the GOAT.
This was honestly very new to me. But I chose Breonna Stewart, 2 times Finals MVP, three-time champ, 2-time MVP, 7-time All WNBA, 6-time All Defensive, and the 2022 scoring champ. It is fairly new. She is on track, I believe, to be very much in the WNBA Hall of Fame. I wouldn't necessarily say GOAT status unless there's a bit more accolades to this.
I
But
was listening.
it's a fairly new conversation. I'm well to want to hear these other names that you have, KD.
No, Stewie is dope. Stewie, she didn't make my honorable mentions, but she was a name that I thought about. But the honorable mentions, I go with Tina Thompson, Tamika Catchings, which is still underrated to this day. Lisa Leslie, who is a lot of people's GOATs in argument. Candace Parker, Hall of Famer. Angel McCoughtry, who was a dog. I mean, she could score with the best of them. Cheryl Swoops, who was kind of a pioneer. Not kind of. She was a pioneer for generations. And my Stewie one was Lauren Jackson, man. Her career was cut short too, but while she played, man, Lauren Jackson was, man, she was a problem.
Mr. KD, my only question is, well, everybody you name, how is Maya Moore not better than all these people? I'm talking about Diana being included. Like, what's the difference?
She's not better than Diana.
No,
I was about to be there with you. I was going to be there with you. She might be better than the other names I said. But
how many championships Diana Stewart, no, not Diana Stewart, Diana Taurasi have?
3.
So we dealing with a woman that got this 4 championships in less time.
How many All-Stars do Maya Moore have?
Hold on. As we speak right now, Diana Taurasi is like 40, 41, and Maya Moore is like 35. And she haven't played in 5, 6 years.
That's nice.
She did all this in her 20s.
That's beautiful. Who's the all-time leading scorer in WNBA history?
So that's your argument?
Who's the all-time leading three-point?
If that's the case, then LeBron is the GOAT.
He will be when he retires. He will be. The numbers are going to be too much to argue.
No, he would never be the GOAT. And he would never be the GOAT to you. So LeBron better than Kobe?
No. But it ain't just when you say the GOAT. If you say my GOAT and the GOAT, that's 2 different arguments.
No. Both of them. Well, take it out of you personally. LeBron is not the GOAT. When they say the GOAT, when you Google the GOAT for NBA, it's Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
Right. That's your GOAT, and then my GOAT is Kobe. So there goes the difference.
Personally, I'm saying overwhelmingly. Like, even when they did when he dropped the documentary in 2020, I'm talking about the new school kids. That was like, he's that dude. And
Diana Taurasi.
Go ahead. Say what you got to say.
Diana Taurasi is the GOAT. Like, when you brought up the championship, Maya has 1 more championship than her.
And last years. And half a career. In half a career, she only played like 7, 8 years.
Right.
8 years, 4 championships. What we talking about? 50% here?
No, but see, you brought up Maya Moore was the scoring champ in 2014. Taurasi was a 5-time scoring champ. You brought up that All WNBA. She was 7-time All WNBA. And Taurasi 14-time All WNBA. You brought up how she
didn't play as long. She took basketball off to do something else. So
you have your baby, your family, and enjoy that.
No. She helped free the man that was wrongfully accused. So she did everything in an 8-year span. Diana Taurasi is over here looking 50.
And I see this is something you can't argue. You cutting your season or your career short was your decision. So by you making that decision, byproduct is you sacrificing these type of arguments.
No, what she is sacrificing is the longevity argument.
We can talk about what ifs, but you can't put what ifs against what happened.
I ain't talking about what ifs. She's sacrificing the longevity argument, meaning she got 4 championships and you have 3.
That's beautiful.
That's not because I played longer. You played 20 years and I played 8 years and I got 4 championships, maybe 9.
That's beautiful.
I'm better than you.
The rest of the arguments you're making is what ifs. You got to go off of what is.
And on defense.
If
How
we
many
talk, Maya Moore could have played another year,
Taurasi
got a
led the
crazy
league in
injury,
steals?
and wasn't able to be the same no more.
Taurasi led the league in steals.
No, that's what Maya has over her, the defensive side.
No, she has been a bigger and better player than her.
Not at all.
She's 6'1", 212, can move like a pit bull. And I'm gonna tell you what's so crazy. This is almost the female equivalent of Melo with better defense. Yeah.
You played 271 games. I played 565, not including.
And I did more than you in my 271 games.
No, you didn't. Like, did you not listen?
And then I took it overseas and won 3 rings. I took it overseas.
I don't have to go overseas because I'm here. I'm solidified here.
She solidified everywhere.
How did you do more than me? I had 11 All-Stars to your 6. I was a 5-time scoring champ. You was a 1-time. We both won Rookie of the Year. I was a 14-time All-WNBA. You was 7. I was a 2-time Finals MVP. You was a 1-time. Like, what did you do more?
All right. I'm saying that we starting to lose Mr. Amari. So I'm going to let you get into the next topic and set that up. And it's going to be the last segment on our Versus segment. So it's on you, Mr. KD.
Yeah, we got a new segment, man. We got the red light, yellow light, green light segment, where in this instance, we're putting it towards NFL quarterbacks. The red light category will be somebody that you've seen enough, you're done with them, you throw them away, it's no more hope for them. Yellow light will be somebody for 2 ways. Either you're looking at the hype that they got right now and saying hold off on that hype, or you're looking at what they've done and saying hold off as far as they deserve more hype and more recognition. And green light is pretty clear. It's just all go. These people, you're fully behind them, and you want to hitch onto that train and see where it takes you. So we got a few names that we have out there, and we'll see if me and my partner, compadre, and so can agree on some, disagree on some, or if we got to argue like me and IT usually do, we can go there too. You ready, Amari?
So go ahead, start it off.
First name, Amari. Since we went over it, Daniel Jones. Where would you put him?
I truthfully think it's a yellow. I think he needs some time. I do like what he showcased in week 1. I think Daniel Jones needs some more time before we can truly decide where he is going to be. But I mean, we already know what we have seen of him. But this is a new Daniel Jones. I think this is a new year for him. This is a new path for him. So I'm definitely going yellow.
I'm right there with you. Daniel Jones will be a yellow light to me, and that's how I wrote him down as. And he's a yellow light on the hold your horses yellow light, where it's all right. He had a great week 1, but we got to see week 2 and so forth. You got any names that you want to throw out there?
So although you've been giving Aaron Rodgers a lot of praise,
wow.
He actually is a yellow light for me. He looked like he got his powers back, but I'm not too sold. I'm not too sold just yet. I love what I saw, but I'm not entirely too sold. What's the next name?
I ain't have Aaron Rodgers on my list, but if I had to put him somewhere, I'm definitely yellow light, and that's on. He right there with Daniel Jones. Hold your horses. Hold your horses. CJ Stroud, where you got
him? Honestly, I'm a little concerned. If I thought it was a sophomore slump, I'm not sure if it's the O-line, but I would throw him in that yellow light too. Or actually, you know what? I do want to hear it. I'll go green. What do you truly think of CJ? I feel like we've seen enough of CJ. We've seen the good, we've seen the bad. Now this. What do you see from CJ now? Or what are you expecting from CJ this season?
We was on the same page till you jumped off the cliff. Right now he's yellow for me. Because the guy we saw rookie year, I have to see him again consistently for me to decisively put him in a position. But I got him as yellow light right now. But he's definitely sliding more towards green than red, no doubt. But I got him in
Let's
the
see.
yellow stage right now.
I say even more so. You don't think CJ Stroud's a top 15 quarterback in the league? I mean, that's just a broad ranking. We're not talking about top 10s. We're not talking about top 5. This is top 15.
If we talk top 15, it's only 32 teams. Like,
My point
is that
exactly. Like
really?
you can't be that bad.
But
It's
you can
like
still be yellow because you on pause. Like,
yeah.
I'm waiting for you. What's happening next? I need to
That's what
see
I'm
what's
like.
next.
I get the pause. Like as I said, I started out like you said. I started out with yellow, but I feel like there's still open discussion for a lot of people to even say he's green. That will or are willing to put him in a conversation where you
And
can
I'll
rank
say
him.
personally, CJ scarred me because, as IT knows, I rarely hitch on to a rookie quarterback. I always say I have to see it multiple years. But
Yeah.
CJ was one guy that fooled. I don't want to say fooled. That's extreme. He was one guy that I broke that mold for, and his sophomore year kind of made me look bad. So I'm really
So
hesitant with him right now.
it's funny that you say that because IT know I said it the whole time I said it with Justin Fields and I said it with CJ Stroud. I said it's insane because Ohio State QBs don't usually pan out.
Right.
So when Justin Fields eventually he started to not pan out, and then his season with the Bears where he ran for 1,000 yards and they thought everything was going to be good, but up to now, I mean, he looks like he got everything going, but we're not so sure. But with CJ, he came out, everything was hot, so I thought he was going to make me eat my words, but like you said, last season his sophomore slump kind of made me like, all right, maybe I was right, and then I'm not so sure. It's like I see the flashes, but I feel like a lot of the detriment into his play has been one to the O-line health and even more so his weapons. He's lost a lot of his receivers in the past 2 years. Man, Tank Dell was out for a long time, came back and was out even longer. Nico Collins being out for the season. Then you're relying on, sad to say, Stephon Diggs and John Mechie, and they haven't really been getting that many reps at that point in the season. So it was a lot that CJ had to deal with last year, but I'm hoping this year will be a lot better for him. It's not really looking that way, but hoping that it'll be a lot better for him. So I think it's open for discussion with Green, but I can see why you chose yellow.
Man, I got another name for you. I want to, because we've been agreeing for the most part. Because I feel like you still want to put CJ Stroud in yellow, but you just went and made a bold statement trying to put him on green. So I'm not even going to count that CJ Stroud win. But I got a name, Caleb Williams. Where's Caleb at?
Red.
Ooh!
I'm truthfully not so sure on the Caleb Williams train. I'm not one for it. I like. You have Lamar Jackson plays, Patrick Mahomes plays, and then you have a Will Levis play, New York Giants Daniel Jones
You talking
play.
about him as a roller coaster?
The range in which his game plays does not intrigue me to want to bring. Like I would think him and Bryce Young are on the same make or break it, and it's sad that he's in his second year. And this person's in his third. That is actually, I will go on an even bolder statement to say that Carolina and Bears trade ended up with no winner.
Mm.
You can take that mic drop. That trade ended up with no winner. Both teams ended up with nothing.
Bad business, huh?
Bad business on both sides. Two poverty franchises just trading a brown bag, hoping for a mystery.
Trading food stamps. You take mine, I'll take yours. Hey, Tua. Sorry, you said Bryce Young. Bryce Young and Caleb. I got Caleb in yellow. Man. He's definitely
with all the weapons around him. You still waiting?
Yeah, it's
the
only
best offensive minded coach in the game, and you still waiting?
It's only his second year, man. I can't kill him yet, man. He's headed. He's definitely closer to red than green, but I can't kill him yet.
All right, give him orange. Give him
Yeah.
orange.
Yeah, we go somewhere in the middle. But I got Bryce Young as red. So I was with you on the Bryce Young point. He's red. I've seen enough. I don't need to see more. Don't want to see more, honestly. So
I don't want to see more, but you don't have any other options.
Yeah.
Well, no. Do they still have Andy Dalton?
Who cares?
Put Andy out
That's
there.
a Bengals fan saying it, but who cares at this point?
Put Andy out there.
Caleb, I got him at yellow. We disagree on that. When we hit this segment again, we'll see where we at. I want to change it to a positive point, but I feel like we revved it up so much with Caleb. Where you got 2 at?
Next name. We done talked about that one. Next name. He got it. Like I said, it's Tyreek or him. Somebody gotta go. It ain't even. It's Tyreek, him, or Mike McDaniel. Somebody gotta disappear.
They all gotta go. You ask me. We gotta start.
Somebody gotta disappear, and it's like Tyreek mad, so he probably gonna want to be traded. Tua seems to be happy, and Mike McDaniel just gonna end up being fired.
Man, okay, we ain't gonna stay too long on this segment because I got 3 names that I feel like we probably are all on the same board with. If any of them we differ, go ahead and say it. Jordan Love, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson.
Green.
Okay, we're all on the same page. My last name. All right, I don't know where you're gonna stand on this. I'm intrigued to hear it. Baker Mayfield.
I honestly think, again, like we were saying, like IT was saying, 2 places you don't want to be is DC and Carolina. I think it's Carolina and Cleveland. And once he left Cleveland, he's only gotten better. Yeah. He's only gotten better once he's left Cleveland. His stint in Carolina, he got better. His stint on the Rams, even for the season that he ended, he got better. Since he's been in Tampa Bay, he's only been a playoff quarterback. He's gotten better. Granted, he has the disposal of Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, but he's only gotten better. Yeah, Jameis had that. I mean, he went 30 for 30. He couldn't see them. Jameis couldn't see. Jameis couldn't see. You can't blame him. He couldn't see. He ain't having surgery yet. But Baker has only gotten better. I think Baker's a green.
Well, I'm with you. He's definitely a green. I probably gave it away when I said those other 3 names, but Baker's a green for me. What he's been able to do consistently for the last 2 years, statistically, I'm not even diving too deep into it, but if you look at his statistics,
you know what? I got one for you, and this is not a player. Although we're talking about Baker and all the success he's had, Todd Bowles.
Are we going coach?
I'm gonna give you a coach, Todd Bowles. What do you think?
Hey, IT, that's next week. IT, put that up there. We're gonna do the red light, yellow light, green light segment again, but we're gonna do coaches that time. But Todd Bowles, he right there with his quarterback. Green light, man. Green light. He is. That was a great one you said. He's underrated, and especially being he's a defensive mind. So we probably got to give some credit to that OC, even though Liam Cohen is gone now.
That's the main reason why I pointed it out, because I'm like, Tampa Bay's defense has been okay, but the offense has been the focal point of their team. So it's like, how much is that to sit here and say that, oh yeah, I can give Todd Bowles the praise for that?
Well, he lost Liam, and it's only 1 week.
Find out.
It's only 1 week, but Baker looked good that week. He had 3 touchdowns, so Baker looked good that week 1. I think Baker is just a epitome of capitalizing on the opportunity, and he got his money for it. He's in a position, like you said, where he has great weapons around him with Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and now adding in the rookie Ibuka, along with that backfield with Bucky Irvin and White. He has a good situation, man, with a serviceable defense and a defensive-minded head coach that's going to make sure that defense holds up. Baker's in a good situation. I don't know why I can never put Tampa Bay over the hump, but Baker's in a good situation. That's why he's in that green light spot along with Todd Bowles.
I think the main reason why I don't think it's Tampa Bay not being able to get over the hump. I really think it's the fact that the hump is Philadelphia,
Green Bay.
and you talking about Philadelphia, Green Bay. At one point at their peak, San
Detroit.
Fran.
Detroit.
It's sad to say the Rams these are teams that you have to power through. Although I feel like the Rams and Tampa Bay they're matchup worthy. I just feel like the Rams, talent wise, they'll be able to overpower them.
Last name I got up here that I didn't say is Sam Darnold.
I feel like in Sam Darnold's new situation, it's a yellow.
Yeah, I had him.
I'm to the point with Sam Darnold as, I mean, of course, his Jets days, but Sam Darnold's number 3 overall pick will flash in an instance. He can look like a bust, and then he'll look like that 3rd overall pick quick.
Sam Darnold's projection and production is going to be a direct analysis of Kevin O'Connell. I don't care what happens. This season we're watching Sam Darnold, it's either going to praise Sam Darnold or praise Kevin O'Connell. That's how it's going to
be. Like I said, like you mentioned, this is going to either be hey, Kevin O'Connell got a lot of praise on this episode right here. But Daniel Jones and Sam Darnold are going to be like, yeah, Kevin O'Connell knows what he's doing with a quarterback. And J.J. McCarthy's first game, going in there and performing how he did last season with Sam Darnold, and how he performed, and every other quarterback that he's had, of course, being able to be productive, and now leaving that system. Daniel Jones wasn't on the active roster. He was a practice squad quarterback. So all you got was, truthfully, mental reps and practice reps with Kevin O'Connell, and that aided you into getting a starting quarterback job, and then hopefully having a good season.
On the spot to close this segment out, Aaron Rodgers.
Go ahead, Mr. KD. I'm about to close. Go ahead.
Yeah, on the spot to close this segment out for Amari, Aaron Rodgers.
What? Yep. Oh, I said yellow earlier.
Okay.
Of course, I got Pittsburgh winning on Sunday. The Thursday night game is between the Packers, correct? If I'm correct, or is that Washington? Is it Washington? So I'm actually going to take the Packers on that game. Sadly, I'm going to take Cincinnati. Look, I said that, and I already knew it was coming with that one. I'm gonna take Cincinnati, and they dub. I think Dallas will bounce back. And I think that's what I'll close off with.
I just put 3 down. I got the Packers over the Commanders. I think that's going to be a great game. That's the Thursday night one like you spoke of. I got Packers over Commanders. I got the Eagles over the Chiefs, pushing the Chiefs to 0-2, which will be an important point moving forward. And I got the Bucks over the Texans, pushing the Texans to 0-2, which will also be important. Watch out for the Colts in that division.
You think the Colts can win? You think the Colts will win the South?
I'm not going there yet. But if Houston starts 0-2,
I mean, the division kind of light. You got Tennessee, Jacksonville, Indianapolis, and Houston. So it's light. It's like you have a chance.
Very light.
It's like your biggest competition. If Houston is bad, your biggest competition would be Jacksonville.
I think it would be the Colts.
Oh no, I'm speaking for the Colts. I'm saying if Houston is bad, your biggest competition to win that division is Jacksonville. And sad to say, Jacksonville, they perform to their opponent every time.
I don't know if Houston will be bad. I'm just saying if you start 0-2, you have to pay attention to that. And hypothetically, if the Colts start 2-0, that's a very good gap. And let's say Daniel Jones has one of those Sam Darnold seasons where Shane Steichen, enlightens him and
get some big money somewhere, big payday at the end of the year.
Yeah, so that's possible with a defense that is serviceable and very complacent. Competitive. So if the Bucks beat the Texans this week and put them in the 0-2 spot, as well as the Chiefs, if they fall to that 0-2 spot, got to pay attention to that.
All right. With that being said, I need y'all to remember one thing. We ain't come to play. We out.